27 April 1945. Rain drifted over the ruined outskirts of Magdeburg as the last pockets of resistance collapsed. American infantry moved slowly through the silent village, the kind of silence that felt wrong, the kind that made every man tighten his grip on his rifle. Inside a half-collapsed stone barn, Sergeant Will Connor heard a soft, panicked whisper. It wasn't German commands. It was a plea. He pushed aside a hanging tarp and found a young German woman, no more than 22. Her hands raised, trembling so hard, her fingers shook like leaves. Her dress was torn at the shoulder from scrambling through rubble. Dirt streaked her cheeks and her breath hitched as she backed against the wall. "Please, don't hurt me. Please," she whispered, eyes wide with the kind of fear that didn't come from gunfire, but from stories spread among civilians about what Americans would do if they caught you. Will slowly lowered his rifle, showing empty hands, but her gaze stayed locked on the jagged tear in her dress, and she held the fabric tight against her chest, terrified he might finish ripping it away. "Easy," he murmured. "I'm not here to hurt you." She flinched anyway when he stepped forward, not to grab her, but to crouch beside her, pulling a small field knife from his belt. Her breath caught. She braced for the worst. Instead, he sliced away the torn cloth that was pinned by a splinter of wood, digging painfully into her shoulder. With a gentle pull, he freed her dress without touching her skin, then tore a strip from a clean bandage in his pouch and wrapped it around the small but bleeding wound she'd been too afraid to mention. Her eyes filled, not with fear now, but disbelief. You helped me," she whispered. Will nodded once. "You're a prisoner, yes. But you're safe. No one's touching you except to keep you alive." She blinked hard, the relief hitting her in waves. She slowly lowered her hands, letting the tension leave her shoulders. For the first time since he'd entered, she met his eyes, not with terror, but with something closer to fragile trust. Outside, another squad shouted that the area was secure. Will stood, offering his hand. She hesitated, then placed her shaking fingers lightly in his palm. And as he led her out into the grey evening, she whispered again, but this time it wasn't fear. "Thank you."